Hi, my name is Joas Meyer, and this is my journey from over a decade running a painting business in the home service industry to now coaching men all over the world, doing exactly what I was doing, except now helping them reframe and work through the problems so they don't have to spend a decade doing it themselves and feeling alone, but instead having a community around them. So the early days of my story involves the fact that I had zero business experience. I didn't have anybody in my family that had run a business or anybody really that I could talk to that could help me create that. And it was just completely from scratch. I had to learn everything through mistakes. And unfortunately, I wish I had had a coach or a mentor earlier that would have helped me avoid a lot of the stuff I see nowadays. But we all have our starting roots, and I am glad that I went through what I did to bring me to this place today, building the business. Now, it seems like it's fairly easy to start, and it can be, but once you really get going and you want to grow the business, it is crazy how much it will really expose the weaknesses, the things that are limiting to you, that you don't reach until you hit a next level in business. And that's exactly what happened to me. I started pushing for growth. I wanted to learn and grow, and in doing so, it revealed a lot of stuff that most people want to avoid all their life. It'll show you where you're not good as a leader, where you're not good with the financials, where you're not good with delegating or managing. And all of those things happened to me, from financial insecurities and issues there and people leaving because of that, to people leaving because of my management skills, because I was still developing and growing. But I adapted the mindset early enough to realize that it was only growth through the learning, it wasn't failure. And that is the huge difference that I want to portray now to the business owners that are struggling, not understanding why they're not getting traction in their business. And ironically, Traction by Gino Wickman was actually one of the first books that really got me thinking from a different perspective and started getting me to implement the systems I need. But most importantly, it got me working on my mindset and working on my shit. Now, as I started growing the business and getting more employees, it exposed a lot of things that I wasn't taught in my early days and in my childhood, the bad habits and things that I had gotten ingrained in me from a very young age, because we are all essentially just an imprint of our childhood unless we face those things and work them and develop them and become our own man through that. And that's exactly what happened. I had to work on things that were getting exposed from the people around me, the things that were triggering me or angering me, frustrating me, the skills I didn't have. I had to push as hard as I've done in anything in my life to help get to a place where I become not only successful but helpful, and at the end of the day that I could serve my clients and serve my employees and be the best servant leader that I could to them. Now, that big turning point happened for me when I had actually joined my first coaching program, and I realized how much I was really needing community, to be around like-minded people. Yes, there was amazing systems and things that I learned, but above all, I was around like-minded people that could help me grow as the person I needed to, through shifting my limiting beliefs, through shifting my mindsets around money and people and relationships, things that we all need. And that community was everything to me. And so I want to create that around a coaching program and around people in a community that want to show up and are excited to share about their wins, but also aren't afraid to share about the things that they may have felt as if they failed on, but really they had just simply learned a new lesson through whatever had happened in their business. And in doing so, there's so much more excitement towards building a business and a community around your own business and home service company that can create an impact into the business, an impact into your employees' lives, and an impact into the community that you serve on a daily basis.
Okay, let's go.
Now, with the program being launched and the community being slowly developed, I want to really create not only frameworks that will help the home service business owners, providers, to better themselves, to better their lives, to better their families' lives, and change that for forever through the simple things and the simple shifts that happen in an amazing like-minded community. And I can't wait to bring you guys along on the journey, that I can share with you what I've learned and pass it along and hopefully help impact one or two people along the way.